Yes, very good afternoon. Yesterday we discussed about another type of flat plate collector, that is hair heater. So there are two types of flat plate collector. One is a liquid type of flat plate collector and other one is a solar hair heater. So yesterday class we briefly discussed about solar hair heater. And also we discussed a introduction of what is meant by concentrated or focusing type of solar collector. So this focusing type of collector is a very special from the flat plate collector we already discussed. So this type of collector modified by introducing a reflecting, means we are using an reflecting or refracting surfaces. That is what the concentrator, the refracting surfaces. It is also called as a concentrator. So between the solar radiation and the observer. So between the solar radiation and the observer, we are placing a one surface, that is what concentrator. It is also called as a reflecting or a refracting surfaces. And thus this type of collectors can have a radiation increases from a low value of 1.5 to 2 and to a high value of 10,000. So this is what the range of this collector, and in this collector a radiation falling on the relatively a larger area is focused on a receiver. It is only focused at a point or at a line. It is called as an observer of an considerably very small area. Collector area, when you compare with the observer area is very small, but in case of flat plate collector, observer area and the flat collector area both are same, and hence the results of this energy concentration fluid can be heated at a temperature over an 500 degree centigrade. So that's why we have to go with a concentrated or focusing type of collector. And some of the classifications also we discussed yesterday. So these are the some classifications, and these classifications, the concentrating or focusing collectors may classified in general two category. One is an line focusing and point focusing. Okay, so in type focusing type there are two type. One is an line focusing and point focusing type of collectors. And as per the number of concentrated collectors geometry, and there are so many types. Again, this line focusing can classified either parabolic through collectors, or it is also called as a cylindrical parabolic collectors, and mirror strip reflectors, and a Fresnel lens collector. So these are comes in the a line type of focusing. And if you go with a point focusing type, there are paraboloidal collectors and a central tower concept, either central tower concept or paraboloidal collectors. Okay, and another type is also there, that is what non-focusing type. So that is what the flat plate collector with adjustable mirror, means the flat plate collector and it is with some adjustable mirror. And second one is compound type, means it's a mixture both. So compound type parabolic concentrator, it is called as CPC. Okay, so firstly we are going to discuss with a concentrated or focusing type. In that line focusing, that is what the parabolic throat collector. Yes. So this is what the first type of collector, and in the examination you are going to get these are the possible questions. With a neat sketch, explain parabolic throat collector or a cylindrical type of collectors. Okay, so we will discuss. So this it comes in the a line focusing type of collector, and this is called as a parabolic throat collector. It is called as a parabolic throat collector. So the principle of this parabolic throat collector. So in the figure you can observe. Okay, so there are three figures. The first figure and the third figures are the practical implementation of this parabolic throat collector, and the second one is a pictorial representation of this parabolic collector. So sun rays, okay, sun rays directly onto the curve shape. Okay, it is called as a vertex or parabolic reflector. So sun rays directly falling onto the vertex or parabolic reflector, and in that it will reflect those radiations to a particular line. It is called as a focus. It will focus at a particular line. Okay, so that line or that is made by observer. Okay, that observer is in the form of line. Okay, that's why it is a line type of focusing collector. So the principle of this parabolic throat collector, which is often used as a concentration collector, and the solar radiations coming from the particular direction. The solar radiations coming from the particular direction, you can observe in the figure, particular directions is collected over an area. It is collected over an area of reflecting surface. That is what the vortex, reflecting surface, and it is in the shape of parabolic reflector. It is in the shape of parabolic reflector. Okay, so, and it is concentrated at the focus of a parabola. It is concentrated at a focus of parabola. That's why it is called as an parabolic reflector. If the reflector is in the form of throat with a parabolic cross section, it is in the parabolic cross section, and the solar radiation is focused alone in a line, and all the rays are falling on the parabolic. It is concentrated. You just observe the arrow mark which is coming from the sun. It is directly onto the parabolic reflector. Okay, just a minute. Yes, so these are the rays from the sun. Okay, and it is directly falling onto this is what the parabolic reflector, and here it is falling, and it will concentrate. It will, and these radiations are focused along a line. All these are focused at one particular line, and mostly cylindrical parabolic concentrators are used. And this is a this is also a cylindrical, a parabolic concentrators are used, and in which the observer is placed along the focus axis. This is what the a focus axis. Here the observer is placed. Here the observer is placed. You just observe. So these are the observer. They are in the line, and these are the parabolic reflectors. Okay, they are in the cylindrical shape. The collector pipe, and preferably with a selective observer coating, and this is with preferably a selective observer coating. It is used as an observer. The dimension of this parabolic throat or a parabolic cylindrical collector, it is also called as a parabolic cylindrical observer. The dimension of this is can be a wide range, with a length of reflector unit may be roughly 3 to 5 meter. They are with a 3 to 5 meter. The range is 3 to 5 meter. This range is 3 to 5 meter, and the width it is of 1.5 to 2.4 meter. Okay, so this the dimensions, and 10 more such as units are often. Okay, this is a 1 unit dimension. You can use up to 10 units, or more than 10 units are often used to connect end to end. So by series they will connect. Okay, so one collector to the next collector to the next collector, like this seriously. So this is a one, this is a second, third, fourth, like this you can connect a series of these collectors. Okay, end to end in a row. Okay, end to end in a row, and a several rows. This is a one row, and like this you can use a several rows. You can observe in the first figure there are number of rows are placed. So you can use a several rows may also connected in a parallel. So first series, then parallel rows, so that you can increase the efficiency of these collectors. These parabolic throat collectors have been made to a highly polished aluminum. So this is what polished with an highly polished aluminum of a silvered glass, or of a thin film aluminized plastic. Either you can go with a aluminum with a silver glass, or else aluminized plastics on a firm base, with a firm base. Instead of having a continuous form of reflector may also constructed from a number of a long flat strips on a parabolic base. So this is what the construction. And for the solar radiations to be brought in the focus of parabolic throat reflector, the sun must be in such a direction that it lies on the a plane passing through the focal line and the vertex. That is most important. That is what the base of the parabola. Since the evaluation of sun is always changing, we know that sun is moving along the sky from east to west. Either the reflector throat or an collector pipe observer must be turned continuously about its along axis to maintain required orientation. Means that entire system has to track the sun. Either the scheme are used to different practical designs, either with a throat or cylindrical reflectors, or a pipe turned a practical orientations around the single axis parallel to a throat length. And the throat type of collectors are generally oriented in an east to west or north to south directions. Okay, and the north and south orientations permits more solar energy to collect. If you installed in a north to south, if you install north to south, so that orientation permits a more solar energy to be collected than the east to west arrangement, except around the winter. It is except in the winter. On the other hand, constructions cost are higher for the north south type when compared to the east to west. Moreover, the system of such a collectors requires a large land area to allow for shadowing effect of the sloping throats. Okay, and that increases the separation distance between the rows of collectors and also results in an increased pipeline cost and greater pumping and thermal losses. So these are some difficulties what we are going to face in the installation of this parabolic throat collectors. Okay, so after this arrangements directly the working is you just observed in the all the three figures. Okay, there is an vortex or parabolic reflectors. It is directly exposed to the sun, and this is what that with an tracking mechanisms, so that it is continuously track the sun. And here whatever the solar radiations, it may be both as well as diffused and direct radiations. Okay, it is falling on onto the parabolic reflector, or it is also called as uh, a cylindrical type of collectors. And the sun, whatever the radiations falling, that will directly reflect onto the or concentric only at an particular to the point or to the line. Okay, here it is a line type, so that it is a particularly onto the line. So this is what the observer line. So this is a observer line continuously connected. So in the observer line, there is an either a air or fluid is flowing through that will absorb maximum energy. That will absorb the maximum energy because all the radiations are more concentrated at a particular line. That line is called as an observer pipe. Okay, so that that have a more intensity of heat when compared to the flat plate collector. So and it will absorb more energy, and that absorbed energy, or it will gain the heat, and that heated steam or heated air that can next send for any other mechanical work, maybe for the power generations, or maybe for the agriculture purpose, or maybe any other useful work we can use. Yes, this is what the another typical arrangements of cylindrical parabolic collector. Okay, so here there is an shield. You just observe this is a cylindrical shape. Okay, and this is a glass shield on the observer tube. This is the observer tube. Okay, there is a glass shield and mirror strips. We place the mirror strips for reflection purpose. Shield stay rods. Okay, that will holds this shield. Okay, stay rods or holds the shields, and chain drive. Okay, and jack shift, and these are all helps to track the mechanism. A typical arrangements of cylindrical parabolic collector. I will show you one video. The working of this paraboloidal throat design. Okay, so this is what a number of series and parallel. You just observe a n number of units are installed in a series as well as in a parallel for a maximum number of heat storage. Yes, see how the solar rays are falling on that paraboloid or cylindrical, and they are concentrating at a particular line that is called as a observer, and reflected sunrays are observed, and this is what it is covered by a glass as well as observer plate or a tube. It is an observer tube that is what made by aluminum. I told. uh, the silverized material, so that it will absorb, increase the absorbing capacity. And in that tube there is an flowing of either fluid or an gas or an air, and this is what continuous connection to the all the units. And finally that took for the next section, that is what in the uh, conversion, that is it will convert that hot air or a hot fluid into an steam, and that steam again converted into next in the section called turbine section, where it will convert heat energy to the mechanical energy. Then in the next it is a generator. Okay, so this is a conversion heat exchange from the hot air or hot fluid from that all the units. Here it will change, it will convert or it will exchange the heat from that inside the whatever the coil the substance or fluid is flowing to the, it is surrounded by an water, and that will that water gain the heat from that fluid, and it will change the phase from liquid to gaseous, that is what it become a steam. And that steam again into the next section called turbine section, where it will convert that steam is having an high energy, means a high temperature as well as high pressure, that will converted into an work with the help of these turbine blades, so that it will convert heat energy to the mechanical energy. Then next section is called after once it is converted to mechanical energy, next it will move on to the generator, where in the generator it will convert a mechanical energy to electrical energy. This is how we can generate the electrical energy, and it will supply for the next for the utilization purpose. Okay, yes, move on to the next paraboloidal collector. Before that, another two important types of uh, line type of collectors are there. That is what a mirror strip reflector. Okay, so there are another two types of collectors are mirror strip reflector and Fresnel lens collector. So mirror strip collector, it's another kind of a focusing collector. A number of a planes or a slightly curved mirrors are mounted on a flat base, and the angle of these individual mirrors are in such that they are reflected solar radiations from a specific direction onto the same focal line. Okay, the angle of mirror must be adjusted to the allow changes in the sun evaluation. That means the small mirror strips that will adjust the angle with respect to the sun, that will track the sun. Okay, this is another type. And one more type is Fresnel lens, means the in addition to the reflecting collectors in the described previous what I explained. So the refraction type of focusing collectors has been developed, and it is utilized for focusing effect. It is utilized for focusing effect of Fresnel lens. We are using Fresnel lens to increase the efficiency. That's why it is become Fresnel lens collectors. Okay, so these are the another types of collectors. And in the previous, that is what the receiver pipe. This is what the receiver a pipe. Okay, this is what we call it as a receiver pipe. So this is most important, the receiver pipe in a parabolic line focusing collector, and it is having some cross sections. It's general, means the cross section of this whatever the receiver pipe, the cross section means the principle of this receiver pipe is same as the flat plate collector, or the characteristics of this receiver pipe is same as the flat plate collector. We already discussed in the flat plate collector what is the function of observer plate. So the observer plate, which is equal to the receiver pipe in the parabolic uh, collectors. Okay, the solar radiation absorbs is a central steel pipe with a treated surface. Means this pipe is with treated type, and selective observer surfaces in such as black chromium preferred to earlier. So earlier we are using a black chromium, but maybe it having some advantages. And this hollow steel plug within the observer pipe is restrict the flow of the heat transfer a fluid to a narrow region, and this results in an high flow velocity of a fluid and consequently high rate of heat exchange from the observer. And the observer pipe is usually enclosed with a glass, and jockeyed in other decreases the thermal losses by convection and radiations. These are the some common losses, but this can reduces by with the help of this glass. A space between the a pipe and the jockey sometime evaluated with a reduced convection losses, and this diameter is up to 5 centimeter. The pipe diameter is 5 centimeter, and this it having a glass and the pipe within 5 and 3 centimeters. There is a difference. Okay, and in the insulations, sometimes the insulations also used to avoid the further losses, either in the convection or radiation losses. Yes, move on to the next type of paraboloidal collector. So paraboloidal collector and the previous one cylindrical and uh, parabolic collectors is, in the cylindrical there is an line type of observer. The observer is line type, but in the paraboloidal the observer is point, means point type of focusing type of collectors. A paraboloidal a dish collector, it is called as a paraboloidal dish collector, and you just observe in the figure. Okay, so this is what the practical implementation of this paraboloidal. It's a dish shape, that's why it is called as a dish collector. A bring a solar radiations to the focus at an actual a small a center of volume, means it is focused at a small volume. You just observe, this is what the focusing point. So this is what the focusing point or observer. This is what the observer. Okay, when compared to the previous one, it is a very small and it is particularly focusing at a one particular a point. And a dish of the of general dimension is 6.6 meter in a diameter, as made from the about 200 curved mirrors, a more than 200 curved mirrors. So here they placed more than 200 curved mirrors are used to construct this dish. Okay, and segmented forming an paraboloidal surfaces, and the observer located at a focus. It is located at a focus in a cavity made of a zinc chromium copper alloy with a black chromium selective coatings. The heat transport fluid flows, and here inside that there is a heat transmit or transport fluids are flowing into the and in and out of the observer cavity, and by flowing it will absorb whatever the heat is concentrated or particularly on the point. And the dish can be turned automatically about the two axes. It is either up and down or right and left, so that the sun is always kept in the line and the focusing on the same vertex of the paraboloidal dish, and thus the sun can fully tracked essentially in all the times. Yes. uh, So this concentrated at a point. That's why it is called as a paraboloidal collector, or it is a type of point focusing collector. The concentration ratio. Here, the most important thing is a concentration ratio. What is meant by this concentration ratio? The concentration ratio is the ratio of area of concentrator operators, area of concentrator, area of concentrator operators to the energy absorbing area of the receiver, energy absorbing area of the receiver, and it determines the effectiveness of the concentrator, means it will decides the efficiency of that concentrator. If the more the ratio, more will be the efficiency. You just observe in the figure, this is what the dish, that's why it is called as a dish type. Okay, and this dish is completely constructed with an n number of or more than 200 types of more than 200 small mirrors. They are curve shape, small mirrors with a curve shape. Okay, and one particular point there we place the observer, the and this observer are the focuser. Okay, and this continuous entire disk is rotating along with the sun, and very high in this case. So means the concentration ratio is very high when compared to the previous one in the paraboloidal. So there is a concentration ratio is very high when compared to the parabolic. When compared to the parabolic or cylindrical, the concentration ratio is very high in case of parabolic collectors. Therefore, it can be used very high temperatures are required. And in cylindrical parabolic systems, a concentration ratio is lower than the parabolic counterparts. Okay. In both the cases, the receiver is placed at a focus. Always receiver is at a focus along the focal line, and cylindrical, a parabolic or paraboloid throughout systems. And this concentration ratio about 32 hundredths or higher than would be needed to achieve a temperature ranges over an 300 to 500 degree or even higher. And this collector designs for such a high concentration ratio necessary for a small angle of field or a v ants it needed to track the sun continuously. That is most important. And here some of the collectors are we are using. One is a linear focusing collector. We are using linear focusing type of collector, or a spherical collectors. It may be a conical shape. Mirrors are used, and a central receiver, or else we use a one central receiver. Okay, so this is what the construction of paraboloidal collector. And come to the working here. It is same as parabolic collectors. Means all the radiations, it may be diffused or it may be beam radiations, but mostly we are using beam radiations, because diffuse radiations, that is what the scatter radiations are, very less, they are concentrated on this reflected areas. Okay, and whatever the radiations are falling, that is what beam radiations on this dish, or a curve shape of this reflectors or onto the mirror, they are focusing at a particular point, that is what observer. In the figure you can see, from the sun they will reflect on this and reflected back to the point, one particular point. And in the in this receiver or observer, we placed that arrangements. Means there is a tube, and within the tube there is a fluid or a gas or an air is flowing, and that gas or fluid is continuously flowing, and it will continuously expose to the observer, and that observer is because of that all the radiations, it get heated, it will absorb the heat, and that heat is transferred from the observer to the media or fluid. Clear? And once whatever the fluid gain the heat, again it will take back into the heat exchanger, where it will heat exchange to the fluid to the another fluid, that is what water. And by water gaining the heat from this media or a substance, and it will change the phase from water to gaseous, that is what steam, it will convert it as steam with a high pressure and high temperature, that will move to the next section, that is what turbine section, where the heat energy converted into mechanical energy, okay, with the help of turbines. And once the mechanical energy is generated, that will move on to the next section called generator. In the generator, it will convert that mechanical energy to electrical energy. Once the electrical energy is generated, that will stored, and that will supply for the any other further useful applications. So this is how the working of paraboloidal collectors. Among all the steerable concentrators I mentioned above, parabol have there are 3 or 4 types. What I explained, with a high efficiency in terms of utilization of this reflectors area, because of because it's a fully paraboloidal. Uh, there is no losses here. The loss is very less when compared to the flat plate collector. So observer area is very less when compared to the flat plate collector, so that the heat losses is also very less. And a practical sizes of apparatus area would be 50 meters, 50 meters, and which generates 50 to 20 kilowatt of useful energy. If you use 50 meters of area, it can generate 15 to 20 kilowatt of useful energy. That is what electrical energy. From this thermal conversion we are going to get. Yes. Next section is advantages of this concentrated collectors or a flat plate collector. Uh, there are some advantages when compared to the flat plate collectors. The first advantages is the reflecting surface. The reflecting surface required a less material. The reflecting surface requires a less material and are structurally simple. They are very simple than the flat plate collectors. When compared to the flat plate collectors, these reflecting surfaces need a very small area and they are very simple. For an concentrator systems, the cost per unit area of solar collecting surfaces is therefore potentially less compared to the flat plate collector. In the flat plate collector, it need a very huge area, but here it need a very small area with a curve shape. So it will reduce the area requirements. That is the first advantage. Second advantage, the observer area of collector. After the collecting area, next move to the observing area. So the observer area of concentrator system is very small. Okay, it's a smaller, very smaller when compared to the flat plate collector. In flat plate collector, observer area, collector area same, but here observer area very small compared to the collector area. That is another advantage, so that we can get a very high intensity of heat. And third advantage, because of area from which the heat is lost due to the surroundings per unit area in solar energy collection, here the less when compared to the flat plate collector. The energy losses is very less because this observer area is completely with a insulation, so that insulation will reduce the of course that it is in the line type, so that the area itself reduce the heat loss, and second thing, we are using the insulation that will also avoid the heat losses. So when compared to the flat plate collector, here the heat loss in the observer is very less. And next, a small area of observer per unit is collecting a more energy. A small area of observer will collect the more energy. So that is another. So that it will become more efficient. It will increase the efficiency and it is become more economical and more feasible. And come to the focusing or concentrated system can be used for electric power generation. So this type we can easily use for electric power generation, but flat plate collectors cannot use for electric power generation because whatever the temperature reaches is very less, and here the temperature reaches is very high. We can reach up to 500 degree centigrade. That is the another, and within the two within a very short time of period we can achieve the high temperature, because all the radiations are concentrating at one particular point or a line, so that it will increase their efficiency in very high rate when compared to the flat plate collector. And because of the temperature attainable with the concentrated collector systems is very high, and the amount of heat which can be stored per unit area is also high, and the volume larger, and consequently the heat storage cost are less concentrator systems than the flat plate collector. And here the little or no antifreeze. Here there is no freezing problem, but in case of flat plate collector there is a chances of freezing, the fluid get freezed in the tubes. But here in case of the concentrated collectors there is no case of anti freezing, so here no freezing, and there are no antifreezers are required. And if you want, very less amount of antifreezers are used to protect the observer. And concentrator systems, where in the case of flat plate collector we need a antifreezers, so antifreezers are regularly used to defreeze the fluid which is flowing inside the tubes. Okay, so these are the some advantages of a concentrated collectors over a flat plate collector. And similarly, come to the disadvantages of concentrated collectors over and flat plate collectors are, of course, not 100% advantages. They have some disadvantages or limitations when compared to the flat plate collectors. That is what first one, and how out of beam and diffuse solar radiation components, only beam component is collected, because here beam radiation only collected and diffuse radiations is not collected, because so, diffused component cannot be reflected. diffuse radiation cannot be, or diffuse component cannot be reflected. Only beam radiation or direct radiation is reflected, because it won't subject it to any deflection, so directly falling from the sun to earth, so that it will reflect on these surfaces. But diffuse radiation means it is a scattered radiation, it is already gone through some reflections, refractions, and then it will, if it is uh, projected on the surfaces, it won't focus, it will again reflected anywhere to the space, so that only beam radiation is collected. But in case of flat plate collector, both beam as well as diffuse radiations both are collected. That is a one drawback. In some stationary uh, in some stationary refracting systems, it necessary to have a small observer tracking the sun image. We need a tracking the sun image. And in other reflector may have a adjustable more than one position if year around operations is desirable, and this would be a costly, means it need a sun tracking mechanism, continuously a sun tracking mechanism, so it would become a more costly. And another drawback is a additional requirements. But in flat plate collector, we won't need such a tracking systems. They are placed with a fixed inclinations or a slope, so that the sun rays are falling, and it will collect the sun rays, and it will convert that sun rays into the heat in case of flat plate collectors. But here it need a tracking mechanisms. A additional requirement of a maintenance, particularly retain the quality, means it need an additional requirements to retain a quality of refracting surfaces, means the reflecting surface is continuously exposed to the atmosphere, okay, so that there is a chances of dirt or a weather changes or an oxidation that may affect the that reflecting surfaces. So continuous cleaning and continuous maintenance required for this reflecting surfaces. So this is an additional requirement, so that this additional requirement will become a costly. Okay, and next another drawback is a non-uniform flux on the observer, whereas a flat plate collector is uniform. So flux means the intensity of radiations on the collectors, it is not uniform. Okay, it is sometimes it is low, sometimes it is high, but in case of flat plate collector, is continuous flux is available. Okay, so in the continuous way it will collect the radiations, but here it is not continuous. That is another drawback. Additional optical losses. Here we are using optical systems for reflection or refraction surfaces, so that this additional there is a losses, means the optical surfaces or mirrors are not 100% reflect all the radiations to the one particular point. Some losses, some radiations are reflect back to the space. Okay, without doing any conversion, they will simply back to the space. So this is an another drawback. This is what we call it as a additional optical losses. Okay, and this can with the additional factors of energy balance, this we can use in the energy balance, that we will discuss in the next class, what is meant by energy balance equation. And when compared to the flat plate collector, this concentrated collectors become a costly, means installation or initial cost is high, and also the maintenance cost is also high when compared to the flat plate collectors. But moreover, apart from all these drawbacks, we have more advantages than flat plate collector. That is what, so our intention is to collect the as much as energy from the solar radiations, and that we can achieve by with the help of this concentrated or focusing type of collectors. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss solar energy storage.